is Monica Leigh? Well, I would definitely say that she is a person that is very driven, that is very focused, that is very passionate amongst everything. I am a very loyal individual. I'm a mother first. I have a 10-year-old who is my world, and he's actually probably gives me a lot of the motivation to do the things that I do. But when it comes to me as a person, outside of my day-to-day things, I would say she is a woman of integrity, one that keeps setting goals for herself, one that is always striving to do better than not even so much what I did last year, what I did yesterday, but just always trying to go beyond and above who I am. So why acting? Why not? For me, truthfully, dance became my first love. I started off very early doing, the ballet, tap, and jazz combination like all little girls do growing up. But it took me to really have a liking to it naturally. It wasn't forced or anything. But my family always told me, like, Monica, you're definitely going to do something with entertainment. I'm very chatty, as most people know. I'm very sociable. So I took my love for movement, which even to this day I still love very much so. I'll still, go to see, a show, whether it be a ballet or a Broadway play. But as I got older, I wanted to kind of transition and move into taking it more, not to the movement aspect, but also to the speaking aspect. And I fell in love with just watching, growing up, movies and watching how these actors and actresses would kind of just morph into these characters. And you knew they were good because you believed they were exactly who they portrayed that they were going to be. And it almost is like you gravitate to that. You want to see more, and then it's just like, well, maybe I could do that too. And for me, I think that's what it did. I felt like I always needed to be around people. I love being around people, regardless if people get on my nerves sometimes, as they do with anybody. But I naturally love being around people. So when I had my first opportunity to get into acting and to take acting classes, and then I tried to allow myself to have a variety, I just fell in love with it. And I became drawn to it. And from there, I just didn't want to stop. And I'm not ready to stop now. So the current projects that I'm doing, one being that we finished up last year called Letters from Sam. We're in post-production with that film right now, and that's by the creator, director, writer, Derek L. Gray. You can check his work out, coming to a venue near you. This year it will be out, as well as the other project that I'm doing, and we are just in pre-production right now, but hope to have everything wrapped up at some time in the 2019 years, called Heart of a Man, also written, produced, directed by Derek L. Gray. But both of these are dramas, very talented actors and actresses, some that I've worked with and some that I'm brand new to, but nevertheless, you will not be disappointed. So my future plans would be definitely more acting, taking on more roles, pushing myself out of my comfort zone, not just sticking to the drama, but really doing more daring things. Hey, maybe doing more stunts. I'm always willing to try new things, get more involved with things that I normally wouldn't be likely to, have an interest to. I also would like to direct and produce. Writing has always been something that, my friends, even some of my family members have said, hey, Monica, why don't you get more into it? Like, you put your words down, on paper so nicely. And I thought about it. Writing to me is not just putting a bunch of words on a piece of paper and just reading them. I want to put feeling into that. It's kind of like how I look at acting too. Don't just read from a script, really become that character. So if I can take writing, directing, and producing, putting that into everything to make something that I've never even been a part of, then for me, I know that I'm doing something right. I know that I'm hitting kind of like a milestone in my career. And hey, who knows? I could just be, the next upcoming thing. I think my all-time goal would be not just to be a voice, but to actually be a physical source, especially for women, even for athletes, for people in general that just want to do something outside of what they normally do. For me, I would like to be able to eventually open up my own production company. I do have a title, but maybe I shouldn't say it yet. But something like that. Giving people a reason to try. You don't need a lot of money to get into this industry. You don't need a lot of, training to get into this industry. Another thing with that is, let's start being able to feel more comfortable talking about things that are really happening in our everyday life. I would like to incorporate athletes, current and, athletes from the past, Hall of Famers, to share, let's learn. You never know what somebody likes, what they dislike, until they actually say something. And sometimes these stories, they actually can be put into other things, such as a short film. How about a documentary? I feel like we should really start pushing our limits. And for me, if I can be able to hone in on them, women, even children. My son, he's 10 and he's actually doing his second production now. He's doing Beauty and the Beast, and he's playing Gaston, which he's thrilled about. And it was never about me pushing him to do it. But I have to think that him seeing me and seeing my positivity and my drive and my passion, that's something that, hey, that's something that he likes. So I feel like keep motivating people. You never know, even something that you say to somebody or something that they watch that you do can actually motivate them to do the same thing too. So ultimately, I just want to be a platform to help get people more involved and actually just more appreciative of the arts and the entertainment industry.